Hello, my name is Preston Belville. Today I will be discussing the dependency leap. This is when a person understands that no one person can achieve self-mastery on his or her own. Individual will, reason, and compassion are not strong enough to consistently defeat selfishness, pride, and self-deception. We all need redemptive assistance from outside. People on this road see life as a process of commitment making. Character is defined by how deeply rooted you are. Have you developed deep connections that hold you up in times of challenge and push you towards the good? Perhaps you've had a dependency leap. The President of the United States of America, currently Donald Trump, is the best example of the dependency leap that I can think of. From the moment he decided to run for president, he had to hire staff to help run his campaign. Once in office, the president as a whole has a list of support staff that make his life run like a well-oiled machine. This way, the man with the most power can get the most work done. Can you imagine if he had to make his own mac and cheese, cut up some hot dogs, and mix it in? That's 10 minutes wasted that he could have been working. Pilots, chefs, security, campaign managers, time managers, speechwriters, diplomats, generals, his cabinet, among other support staff help his life. The president has to rely on his pilots to get him where he needs to be in a safe and timely fashion. This isn't a position you can just apply for, though. If you're a good enough and recognized helicopter or airline pilot, then perhaps the White House may ask for you to work for them. They have to be consistently ready to fly on a moment's notice, though. This means they can probably never be under the influence of alcohol. They cannot have medical conditions requiring them to take certain medicines. The president's chefs are very important. He relies on them to cook all his meals and snacks whenever the president wants, he gets. Except on the plane, because they cannot have a deep fryer on Air Force One. Nobody gets fries on there. Sad indeed. However, if the president's at his desk in a meeting and feels rumble in his belly, instead of getting up or postponing the meeting, he can have a chef cook his meal or snack, and it can be delivered directly to him right then. This frees up time and takes one worry off the list of things that can distract him. The president's security team is arguably the most essential. The United States of America has many enemies, both foreign and domestic. Many of these enemies would like to see the President of the United States dead. The President's security is responsible for making sure that doesn't happen. Hired as ex-special ops from the U.S. military, all taking an oath to protect the President with their own lives if need be, the security of the President will take weeks to find all the places that they need to have locked down and covered where the President is making a speech or a rally, perhaps. Being a time manager for the President must be one of the most hectic jobs. He has many places to be, many hands to shake, and topics to be discussed. The person's job is to make sure that the president is aware of where he needs to be and when he needs to be there. Calling the limo or helicopter ahead of time to make sure that everything is ready to go and everything is running on time and smoothly. Because things never really go according to plan, this person must be able to adapt and change things very quickly to make the most of it. The speechwriters might be the biggest on-screen but unseen action the public sees. The president doesn't have time to write his own speeches, and even if he did, they probably wouldn't be as good as the ones these guys can come up with. Speechwriters are in charge of giving the president the information he needs to present in a way that he can move a crowd, limit backlash, and deliver a powerful message all at the same time. This can be very difficult sometimes, and takes the most skilled writers and thinkers. This is a number of different groups that support the role of being the president. Without all of these different teams and more, the job of the president would likely be hectic, lackluster, inefficient, and would probably be nothing like it is today. Thank you for listening to why I believe the President of the United States has to take a dependency leave.